I think we'll open up the floor for any conversation about the appointments. I see we have Trustee Cavazos, and there you go.
Thank you, President Cepeda. I have more than one question, but I'm just going to start with one. For the public, since we don't have any reference for this item, can we, and I'd be happy if you were to do that, can we give a little bit of background about how this came about as far as a trustee being on the subcommittee?
Sure, I could try to the best of my ability. I guess I'll go back to our joint meeting in September where we kind of all agreed we need better lines of communication here so we could adequately monitor AB 469, and from there that's kind of where that kind of flourished. And then these last two meetings, the subcommittee meeting and at the board, at the NDE meeting specifically, this last one, they voted to have a board member on their subcommittee. They didn't specify who, so we get to vote today on who we would like to represent us on that subcommittee. So is that sufficient? Did you? Yeah. Hold on.
No,
there you
I
go.
think that was, I'm sorry, you have to do the buttons.
Buttons. Oh, but you're good to go.
It's good. All right. So was this specifically asked by one of our board members of the committee? Or did we ask if we could be on there, if we could have a board member on there?
Did
one of our board members ask if we could have that, or was it the state? Again, this is for the public's knowledge. I know the answers to these. Was this one of our board members that asked to be on the committee, or asked if one of our board members could be on the committee?
I think I'm going to defer to Trustee Brooks because I think that question is directed to her.
Thank you.
Thank you, President Cepeda. Yes, to clarify, I am the person who suggested a member of the board from this board join the subcommittee, given the breakdown in communication since the joint meeting. We hadn't heard anything back from in between our boards since that occurred. So when this item came forward, and noting how it may appear as though we were trying to backtrack for SLAs, I put in a call to the state board chair and I explained the intent. I offered at that point in time, or actually I won't say I offered, I said, do you think it would be possible for a member of our board to join the subcommittee, because I feel there is a bit of a communication gap. We need to solve this issue. We need to move forward. And then after that point in time, we voted on this item. And then when public comment was submitted, it stated that I had done that exact action that I just described to you. Did not say who would be on the subcommittee. It just said that an offer was extended for us to work together and move forward and resolve these issues. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Trustee Brooks. And so just to clarify, so that conversation would have been with State Board Chair Felicia Ortiz, is that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. I'm good, President Cepeda, for now.
All right, thank you, Trustee Cavazos. Trustee Guzman, I saw you. There you are. Go ahead, Trustee Guzman.
Yeah, thank you. I have a couple of questions. One, when you called Chair Ortiz, were you representing us? When you asked that question,
I called her asking whether, or I didn't specify who I was or was not representing.
Okay, so I'm just trying.
Can you clarify? Is your concern that I did not clarify who I was representing, or whether or not this is a move in the right direction for the board?
So I'm concerned because I want to understand the move in the right direction, the way that you see it. So I'm trying to understand the way that you see it. I'm not criticizing, I'm asking clarifying questions. So the way that I'm seeing this is that, that's why I'm just trying to understand, is that there was a discussion with the chair, and then there was public comment that was submitted on our behalf, and then the state board voted. Am I understanding correctly?
We did not submit public comment on your behalf.
Okay, all right. And so, so that's the only part, is that, but my sequence of events are correct, is that right? So, so the idea, I mean, I remember you stating it when we were together. I do remember that. I'm just trying to understand. So, it was a discussion that was had, and okay, all right. And so then it was reiterated through public comment, right? That's a better way of saying it. Is that correct? Trustee Brooks?
Was my extension of asking if that was possible for us to work together and collaborate in a collaborative fashion. Because I don't really understand the question that you're asking. Are you asking me if I had a conversation and asked if it was possible for us to try to work together and move forward?
No, that's not the question.
Okay.
So, okay, all right. So that is how you saw the process of events. Okay, that's what I needed to know, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Trustee Brooks, are you okay?
I'm good.
All right, Trustee Ford, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm good with the concept of this item. I do think that, I remember Trustee Brooks saying that too. We all said things, I said we haven't had training, we should get training, we all had ideas. So I'm fine with this item moving forward. Honestly, I'm listening to this happen right now, and the only thing I can think is okay, if the situation was reversed, for instance, if it had been me that called up Alicia Ortiz and said, hey, can we do this, this, and that? Can we put a trustee on this committee? Is that cool? Will that work out? And then if 3 of us, including myself, sent public comment twice without including the rest of the board and nominated me to be on this committee, I think we'd be having a very different item right now. I think I'd be in a meeting with our lawyer. I think that I'd be getting many emails of did I follow the policy? Explain exactly where the process was. What makes me think that I can go ahead and do this? This is such an overreach. I mean, I can't even imagine the weeks, because I've gone through it before. I don't even know. So I'm feeling really, my body is feeling really a lot of negative energy just around this whole process right now. And I don't know that we should move forward with this item at this moment just for how it was done. But I do feel like there needs to be a way for us, 1 person, 2 people, I don't know, to be included in the subcommittee, but this feels really strange right now, and I don't like it. Yeah.
Trustee Brooks? And I guess just for context for the folks in listening, we can't have these conversations in private. So this is when we get to talk about things and ask each other questions. I can't have a conversation with Trustee Cavazos. So again, just that additional context. I think we are all doing a really good job at staying civil and being mindful and being respectful of each other. So thank you very much, trustees. Trustee Brooks, go ahead.
Thank you, President Spada. So there's actually nothing that says that I am the person who is going to be nominated for this or be doing this, but it is work that needs to be done. So I recognize your discomfort. I guess my question to you is, how would you have gone about closing this gaping communication gap between our boards? And how would you like me to proceed in the future so that you are more comfortable and we can still make progress?
Hold on, Trustee Ford. There you go.
Thank you for asking. Unless I'm read something wrong, I think that the final, most recent public comment sent in by the 3 officers on behalf of the board suggested that we put the clerk in the committee.
It did not suggest that we put the clerk. It said the clerk suggested adding someone. It wasn't that the clerk was going to serve.
I will also add that I wasn't speaking on behalf of the whole board.
Okay, that's fine then. Okay, well, what you should have done is follow our procedures. So first it should have been an email to the president, and it should have said, I'd like to request an item about X, Y, and Z. And then if the president and the superintendent both thought that was a good idea, they would have agendized it with reference material. And then we would have had that conversation before that letter was sent. So
I'm not-
then we would have been able to say, how will we develop the procedure for nominating a person and deciding who that's going to be? What kind of merits should that person be? Should we go talk to the state board first and determine, do they have any preferences? This should have been done a little bit better, but I guess I'll say that I would feel really comfortable with Trustee Guzman serving on it, because I know that she watches state and legislative stuff really closely, and I feel like she'd be a great person to come tell us and be able to explain to us exactly what's going on and be that bridge between both boards for us. So I think it's an action item. I guess I'd like to nominate Trustee Guzman for this.
Okay, so thank you, Trustee Ford, for that motion. We have a motion. Trustee Cavazos?
Thank you. I would like to second the motion to nominate Trustee Guzman as our board representative on the State Board Subcommittee for AB 469. And I guess that's it. I'd like to second her motion.
Thank you very much. Is there any more conversation, folks? Any more? Everything? Trustee Cavazos, do you want to keep your mic on? Oh, there you go. All right. So with that, we have a motion to appoint Trustee Guzman to the AB 469 Subcommittee of the Nevada State Department of Education, with a second from Trustee Cavazos. Trustees, go ahead and vote. All right, trustees, that motion passes 4-0. 40, God, goodness, thank you. 4-3, and speaking requests. All right, and I think we're going to just quick comments.
Just really quick, I want to say thank you, and I hope to bring forward exactly what Trustee Ford said, a bridge between the State Board of Ed and ourselves, and be very open and transparent about everything.
Thank you, Trustee Guzman. I'm sure you have the support of this entire board in making sure that we have open communications with the State Board and moving towards compliance. Trustee Cavazos, we're going to move on, or do you really?
I just want to make a really quick...
Like 5 seconds.
I've got it. I just want to make a really quick comment, and I want to thank this board right now for allowing Trustee Guzman to go forward with being our representative. I see that as a step in the right direction, and I think too with the work that the officers have in front of them, that it is going to be a good step to take us forward and to try to work collaboratively to go forward with this. So I want to thank the board for that.